This video is brought to you by Terrifier 3. Get tickets now.
Are you okay?
Welcome to WatchMojo, and in this installment of Versus, it's a clash of the clowns as we pit Art of the Terrifier franchise, Bill Skarsgård's portrayal of Pennywise, and Arthur Joker Fleck against each other.
You're awful,
Me? I'm awful? Oh yeah, how am I awful?
Round 1. Fear Factor. Whereas his competitors have been ingrained in pop culture for decades, Art is a modern horror icon.
Look at your boyfriend.
I told you this a week ago. We'll go to your mother's, 6 weeks from now.
Originally portrayed by Mike Giannelli before David Howard Thornton made the role his own, Art broke out just as the scary clown trend took off. While Art could have blended in with a circus of others, Damien Leone's creation stood out with a design that wouldn't feel out of place in a black and white silent picture.
Oh my god, you're never gonna believe what I just heard on the radio.
A lack of color makes two elements stand out: Art's ghastly teeth and the blood splattering on his ensemble. Whereas some slashers make it quick, Art savors every kill, ensuring victims suffer to the bitter end. Although Art's torture methods are practical, the character possesses a supernatural element that makes him seemingly unstoppable. Four years after Pennywise debuted in Stephen King's novel It, Tim Curry scared a generation of kids as the dancing clown.
I'll kill you all! I'll drive you crazy and I'll kill you all! I'm every nightmare you ever had. I am your worst dream come true.
Yet Curry's take was child's play compared to Bill Skarsgård's portrayal. The titular It refers to an alien that can take on any form, tapping into every victim's fears. It usually appears as Pennywise, who's hard to top in the scare department.
Come join the clownette. You'll float down here. We'll float down here. Yes, we do.
As terrifying as this form is, you can see why naive young children might be drawn to Pennywise with his goofy voice and wide smile. Skarsgård's performance is reminiscent of a predator who lures kids in with promises of fun times before showing their true colors. While Pennywise is a supernatural entity, these real-world parallels are where the true terror stems from. Solidifying himself as an immortal supervillain in the 40s, the Joker has since seen numerous iterations across media.
Another stunning Joker entrance leaves the crowd speechless! Let's hear it for him, folks!
More recent depictions have leaned into realism, with Joaquin Phoenix molding Arthur Fleck into a Joker who could believably exist in our world. His clown makeup even resembles John Wayne Gacy Jr.'s. Fleck's aptitude for instigating riots has only grown more relevant since the release of Todd Phillips' film. Some might argue that Arthur is a victim of society and untreated mental health issues. Others may say Arthur was always bound to venture down a dark path, regardless of his environment. Either way, it's frightening to think that somebody like Arthur could snap at any time, looking over the chaos he's created with a laugh. We wouldn't want to encounter any of these clowns in a dark hallway or sewer drain. Pennywise's shape-shifting abilities offer the widest variety of scares, though, giving him an edge over Art and Joker. Point goes to Pennywise. Winner, Pennywise. Round 2. Character Complexities. On the surface, Art seems like a simple character. He solely communicates non-verbally and doesn't have layered reasons for inflicting such brutal punishment. Digging deeper into his mythology, though, you'll find that Art is no ordinary killer clown. He's essentially a demonic force who can't be kept down. Even when stopped dead in his tracks, he always finds a way back. While most victims are at the wrong place at the wrong time, some appear to be handpicked, as if their destinies were intertwined with Art's. Art sees things that not everyone else can, and finds humor where most people only see agony. Much about the character remains draped in mystery, which only makes his antics more fascinating to observe. Like Art, Pennywise is simple on the surface, but there's much to unpack. Stephen King's novel provides the most thorough overview, establishing it as a trans-dimensional creature that arrived on Earth millions of years ago.
Show me the way it appeared to them.
Feeding upon fear and the blood of innocence, it couldn't thrive without humans to prey on. That said, its actions go beyond self-preservation. Why else would it primarily materialize as a clown? To attract children, yes, but to also reflect the joy it gets from scaring the lives out of people.
Play a game with me, would you? How about Street Fighter? Oh, yes, you like that one, don't you?
Pennywise is the form that comes most naturally to it, which has no remorse for the atrocities that Derry endures. Pain and suffering are a joke. Pennywise's backstory may be convoluted, but its embodiment of evil speaks a universal language. Many versions of the Joker have kept his origins ambiguous.
Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
Todd Phillips goes into greater detail, revealing the social issues and mental health struggles that drove Arthur Fleck to shoot people while wearing clown makeup. At the same time, Arthur is anything but an open book. The audience is often left guessing what's real and what's all in Arthur's warped mind, although we never doubt he's deadly.
Please. I had a bad day.
Can I call someone? Is your mother home?
While we may condemn Arthur's violent actions, we'd be lying if we said the character didn't resonate with our inner rebel, especially during times of social unrest. Even if he didn't set out to be a symbol, Arthur forces people to look in the mirror and ask, how far away are we from becoming a society of jokers?
What's with the face? I mean, are you part of the protest? Or?
No. No, I don't believe in any of that. I don't believe in anything.
The Joker is the most human of these three, adding to his complexities. Whereas Art and Pennywise are exclusively merchants of fear, the Joker is an inspirational figure to some, which makes him even more dangerous. Whether the Joker is a product of his surroundings or his surroundings are a product of his mayhem, this clown gives us much to think about, making him this round's victor. Winner, Joker. Round 3, the most comedic clown. David Howard Thornton described Art as Freddy Krueger meets Harpo Marx, the latter of whom specialized in pantomime. Some might argue that mimes aren't funny.
Take your shit and don't come back.
To that, Art would say, well, nothing, although he'd respond by defecating all over your bathroom before gutting you like raw meat. It's his idea of a joke. Art's sense of humor is as twisted as it gets. Even if he takes his time with the setups, Art guarantees that you will not forget the punchline. The joke may be on his poor victims, but seeing that grin creep up on his face, it's hard for the viewer not to smile with him. Art adores what he does, and such love for one's craft is infectious, no matter how inhumane. Skarsgård may be the scarier Pennywise, although most would agree that comedy came more naturally to Tim Curry.
Beep, beep, Richie. Come back anytime.
That's not to say Skarsgård's Pennywise is not without his funny moments. In addition to tormenting kids, Pennywise gets a kick out of teasing them. An encounter with Pennywise is a bit like a knock-knock joke. Whether or not you play along, the punchline is sure to be painful.
I'm not afraid of you.
You will be.
Even if Pennywise is lighter on the laughs, there's a theatricality to everything it does. Each scare is an elaborate production, and Pennywise is gonna put on one hell of a show. Plus, anyone with a smile like that understands the value of a good chuckle, especially if it hurts. As different as Arthur Fleck is from other versions of the character, he maintains what the Joker has always been, a failed comedian.
Hello, it's good to be here.
Few others than the Joker understand his demented sense of humor. Regardless, the Joker won't stop trying to make people laugh, even if it kills them. Oftentimes, death is part of the joke.
My mother would always say,
You should enjoy it
One day you'll have to work for a living.
No, I won't, Ma. I'm gonna be a comedian.
Whereas his predecessors utilized props like hand buzzers and pencils, Arthur leans more into cringe comedy, with depressing observations about life and downright tasteless comments. Imagine Andy Kaufman if he went down a seriously messed up path. Arthur has always been a joke in the eyes of others. Arthur gets the last laugh, turning the tables with society's downfall becoming the ultimate joke. Pennywise prioritizes scares, while the Joker's life is arguably more tragedy than comedy. Art, meanwhile, is equal parts killer and clown. His comedy ranges from pantomime to shock humor to straight-up trolling his victims. He may be silent, but Art is forever laughing on the inside. He's the king of clowning around. Winner, Art the Clown. Round 4. We couldn't think of a 4th round. Seriously? We only came up with 3 rounds and it's all tied up? Is this some kind of sick joke? Well, given the subject matter, maybe this is the natural punchline.
He's scaring my kid.
Yeah, he's scaring me too.
For those who aren't satisfied with a 3-way tie, let's continue this conversation in the comments. We want to know who you prefer, Art, Pennywise, or the Joker. Who's scarier, who's funnier, and who's the better dancer? Let us know, and check out Terrifier 3 in theaters on October 11th, 2024. This video is brought to you by Terrifier 3. Get tickets now.